What's up you guys, and welcome back to another video. This is Brandon from BlazeTech, and today we're going to be going over the normal AirPods versus the AirPod Pros and what I think's better, either AirPod Pros or the standard AirPods. Now, without further ado, I've only had these probably 32-ish hours. I've had these for a couple of months now. I definitely like these more, and I'll go into why in a moment. But other than that, I hope you're having a good day. And if you would, please smash that like button, also subscribe and tap that notification bell. Also, all my socials are either linked on screen or down below. So yeah. So first of all, we'll start with the regular AirPods and just the ins and outs of what I do and don't like. Now, as you can see, normal AirPods, right? Then you got a grill, you have a like toothbrush looking thing. And as for the sound I would say personally is like mediocre. And what I mean by mediocre is like the bass is not so bad. The sound quality, it's alright as long as you turn it up. And what else would that be? You can definitely hear a lot of other stuff. Sorry, I thought someone was coming in my room. And yeah, pretty much just for mediocre. Now, you can do the tap functions where you double tap, skips track, tap once, pause track, triple tap to go back a track if you want to go back. And that's cool, but other than that, there's not really many other features besides the Hey Siri feature, which I do not use because I never use Siri. I don't even use Google Assist on my Samsung phone, so I just didn't really worry about that. From what I've heard, it's good, but like I said, personally, I don't use it, so I haven't really got a test for it to test it out and give it to you guys because I don't have it. But now we'll just go to the AirPods Pro, and I'll tell you what I like about them and what I don't like about them compared to these, or if these ones are better, or the AirPod Pros are better. As you can see, these are the AirPods Pro. As you can see, it's a much bigger case. Well, it's not much bigger, it's actually a little bit bigger. Now, if we compare the two, right, it'll look something like this. If we compare the two, I've got a case on and I can't get it off because it's stuck, but it's a little bit bigger. If we put it side by side on top of each other, if I can do it correctly, because I've only got one hand, I can't do it. But as you can see, it's a little bit bigger, especially around the edges. As for the opening case, that's like that. And you got your normal LED light, power button, well, connecting button, and lightning port cable here. Flip it open, there's the AirPods, and that's pretty much how that looks. Now, these are the AirPod Pros. As you can see, the stems here are smaller, and you got little vents that allow the sound to come in and out. As you know, you probably got transparency mode. You got transparency mode, you got non-transparency mode, and then you've got just off mode, which is just like regular standard mode. And now you have silicone tips. For me, I personally use the small ones because I have small ears. The medium ones that come with it, they fit my ears, but it hurts a little bit, so I just swapped over to the small ones. And pretty much when you buy these, also we'll negotiate the price a little bit later. When you buy these, you also get a lightning cable, USB-C to lightning cable. Lightning cable obviously goes into the AirPods case themselves, and the USB-C can either go into a charger or your MacBook, or if you got a Windows computer like mine, you can probably just stick it in a adapter, or other than that, you'll be pretty much good to go. So, like I said, silicone tips are much more comfortable, actually go in your ear, and yeah, not that good. So this is what they actually look like compared to the regular AirPods. As you can see, the stem is so much smaller, and you can see that you got the little black thing which allows the outside sound to come in, so you can actually hear it. Like, I can hear myself pretty clearly. And you got 3 modes with this, like I said before. You got transparency mode, which is where you can hear everything. You can hear me like you can hear yourself quite clearly, you can hear things around you quite clearly. Then you got noise cancelling, which works really well. Because if I talk, obviously when you talk, you can hear yourself talk, and when you got the noise cancelling on, you're very muffled, and the outside world, unless you're in a really loud environment, like you got cars going past or whatever. Because as you can maybe see, I live on a main street, right? So I can always hear cars going past. If I'm in house, I can't hear anything if I got noise cancelling on. I can hear myself a little bit if I talk, but like I said, it's muffled. And as for, I got transparency mode on right now, so either you'll be hearing me through the phone or the AirPods. I'm pretty sure you're hearing my voice through the AirPods Pro, and because I can hear the isolation going through the transparency mode, and I can hear myself well, and yeah, no, other than that, they're pretty cool. But as for price, I'm gonna sit down because my arm's getting tired and I'm old. But as for functionality and the price to performance ratio, these are 400 Australian dollars. I believe that would be about 400 Australian dollars, including GST, good old tax, good old $32. Could have saved that money, but no tax. But no, I believe in America or US dollars, it's maybe like 360 maybe. I'm not so sure because I'm not sure what the American price is as I'm Australian. But the price of this, I believe it's a little bit too high. Yes, they work well. Yes, they're done by Apple, so it's pretty obvious that they're going to be expensive. But $400, that's pushing it. For me, I'd probably say more like 350 maybe, to be generous. But $400, it's pushing it, Apple. I don't really believe it's worth it. I don't believe any earphones are worth that much. I don't really have much to compare it to, compared to the original AirPods. But these definitely sound better. They sound more crisp. The transparency mode and everything is really cool. And you've done a very good job. As for noise cancelling, when it's just normal mode and transparency mode, it's really cool. And in case you didn't realize, here I can squeeze that and tap that. You'll hear a little chime like a ding, and that can play or pause your music. However, if you tap and hold, as you're holding it, it'll ding, and it will cancel out of noise cancellation mode into transparency mode, or the opposite way around. So if you're in transparency mode and you go into noise cancelling mode, you just tap, hold for a second or two, when it'll chime, let go, then it will swap over. And as to just play and pause music, just tap, tap and hold, let go, less than a second, it'll play your music, YouTube video, whatever you're doing, Netflix, anything. And no, they're pretty good. I definitely like the feature that the stems are shorter. The stems were a little bit too long on the AirPods, but they definitely sound much better, much more crisp. As for, I'm not really like a audio head or anything. I felt like the AirPods were okay. Like they did their job. But as for bass and stuff, these definitely provide a much crisper bass. I like bass in my songs. I'm not like a bass head, I just like bass pretty much. I can definitely hear it more clear. As for audio calls, it pretty much sounds like a regular phone to the other person. Just through the AirPods, sounds like a normal phone. It doesn't sound like all crispy or muffly or anything like that. Like I call my dad on these and it worked fine. I sounded just like normal according to him. And that's pretty much how that was, right? And as for receiving calls, for me hearing people, I haven't had any problems. I haven't had any disconnections in general, not just in calls. But I can hear people clearly and they can hear me clearly, which is great, awesome. Sound works well, whether that's through Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, Audible, Instagram videos, Snapchat, anything like that. Everything works just fine. But yeah, the only concern I do have with this is the $400 price tag, which I do believe is a bit expensive. If they reduce that by like $50, then maybe it's worth it. But no, if you got any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments. And also, I will have a link to the original AirPods and the AirPods Pro. And if you want to get them, cool, go get them. One of them will be affiliate link, so if you buy it, I'll get a commission, helps out the channel and my financial life. But other than that, enjoy your day. If you got any questions, leave them below. Like, subscribe. Check out my socials, that'd be really cool. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. I am out. It's Brandon from Blaze Tech. See you guys next time.